Hello anyone, Mr. Skyson here, and welcome to a Children of Morta filler episode. Not because I couldn't be bothered to do a full one, I've just been doing some grinding lately trying to fight that thief boss, and I came across so much stuff it became its own video. It also seemed like a good time to display what a good run can look like, since, you know, all your best moments happen when nobody else is around, right? But no, really, I found some really neat rooms and these runs all went fantastically, so let's watch. First up, we get this room. This is a new one.
Moving as one, the Bergsons defeated all who stood between them and a little extra loot.
Thank you for that little introduction. Yeah, we have come across a room or two where it would just be a single room with a Bergson present. What was it? I think there was one time Mark was doing something with a stone and we had to defend him. And this one? Nope. It's just you and Joey going through a tunnel, pummeling the crap out of a bunch of enemies. And it was awesome. Just the two of us going through smashing everything. And yes, I'm playing as John right now. Because I had the idea of, well, I was having trouble with speed and agility trying to fight the guy. Maybe the thief would have a harder time against a shield guy? So I don't know. I'm trying a little bit of everybody right now. I'm trying to do a little bit of general grinding. But I figured maybe if I went in with a shield, maybe I could block some of his attacks. So I came across this room, had a good time, because at the end of the room, you come across something really nice, one of my favorite things.
Little extra coin never hurt a soul. Fancy an old-fashioned treasure hunt?
Treasure! Lots and lots of treasure. So yeah, it's just a loot room. You come in, you kill a bunch of guys, you get experience, you get money, you get loot. It's pretty great. I had fun with this room. Joey doesn't do anything once you get to the end of it. He just kind of stands there like, yep, we did a thing. Cool. Moving on to the next one. This is just a little journal room, but I found the room itself really cool and out of place. It looks like a little worshipping pole, but I don't know. I haven't seen anything like it in the game yet. And in here we get...
Sweat dripped from the man's brow, his stamina fading in his final stand to protect his family. Were such trials worth the promise of a safe haven?
So I think we've actually seen this room once before, long ago, but the fight itself just went so great because I had a new totem. It's just a little turret totem. You plop it down, it shoots all the guys. It's pretty rad. It's like having a player too.
Through labored breath, the man gave his thanks and said a prayer for his good fortune.
Without having to worry about player 2 messing things up for you. And I got loot. Found an item, wooden bat. Another house item. It's pretty neat. And in here we get...
For those seeking refuge, one problem simply replaced another. Though he was relieved to see family, Uncle Ben's first thought was of scavenging the things he needed to repair the ramshackle wagon.
Yeah, you get a few of these. There's a single room. It's like, oh, the family's helping somebody else. So, you go running errands. And then we come out here, similar to when we found the wood and nails, was it, for the doghouse? We find wood and supplies. There's something to craft with. Then we come back. Hey guy, I got your wood.
In hand, Ben began repairing the cart as the refugees waited, anxious to continue their trek.
Though I got a question, how do these people get around in these caves with the llama and the cart and all? Meanwhile, in the boss fight, we're going to have 3 of these. They went awesomely. And also incredibly short compared to the others. And yeah, you could just come back to these bosses much as you want. They have no impact on anything. It's just, I'm just gonna farm a boss now. And so I had a really good loadout. I forget what all I had exactly, but it was enough to pummel the guy. So I had the dragon trap. I had the little shooty totem thing. Had some other stuff going on. And of course my shield, which only does so much against a boss. So that's why I started having second thoughts about using him against the thief boss. Sturdy, with the shield and all. And yeah, teamwork with a totem. Yeah, sturdy, but I don't know if I'll be able to block all of the moves against the boss. And then, of course, the goddess is there. You just go speak to her, and then poof, she whisks you away. Then I started playing as Kevin. Came in here. What's this? It's a room I should have come across a long time ago.
To Anea Daya, the most selfish spirit of Rhea, he gave a sentinel of coarse stone. She would be locked away from others deep in the Caldipo caves, only his to see.
Yeah, a little bit of story on that. It's kind of neat. Then we come across...
The sight had become painfully all too familiar.
this room.
The sorrow always hard for the Guardian to bear. Not able to save.
I thought it was one that I had seen before. It's like, oh no, sad things. Kill some guys.
When all was thought lost,
But then...
the struggle was becoming too heavy a burden, a young voice cried out.
I started getting a sinking feeling.
Stifling his sobs, the small boy spoke of his mother. She was not far away, and returning to her was his only need.
A very sinking feeling. I dreaded it. And yes, there it was. Another escort mission. Oh joy. On the bright side though, this one I actually did enjoy. This one felt more impactful. Partly because there wasn't a lot to it. You were literally just leading a lost child through the cave. There were minimal enemies to deal with, so I wasn't just being constantly swarmed as I was with the other one. And the sort of singing music in the background really adds to the mood, because you're just leading a scared, hurt child to his home. Unfortunately, he does take a little bit of damage because of these jerks, but it otherwise went pretty well. But just something about the music they had going on. It's soft, it's subtle, very emotional. I don't know. Even though I don't like escort missions, I like how this one went. And then we get him home. Hi, Mommy. I'm home.
Tears slipped down the mother's face in praise of her good fortune, thankful for her son's safe return. And for the briefest of moments, the burden of Mount Morta became lighter upon the hero's shoulder.
And then the audio just kind of cuts off for some reason. I don't know, I found that a little bit weird when recording. But then we find some nice loot, and then we carry on. Meanwhile, in the boss again. Oh hey guy, yeah it's us again. Here to kick your butt. Do you have a butt? You're made of stone. And yeah, he's made of stone, but held together by the corruption. I thought that was an interesting detail. But yeah, you thought the last one went pretty well? This one's incredibly short. He's dead already. I wouldn't even have time to babble over this. That fight went awesomely. I had a better loadout, had loads of basically attack power going on, attack plus. It was awesome. And you can stack some of the upgrades. Then we came back as Mark.
The villagers would sing praise of their guardians, of the Bergson.
Had a father and son outing, which was pretty rad. So it's another one of these. A long pathway. Just bashing a bunch of baddies. And it was awesome. So satisfying. Every now and then I would... Oh yeah, by the way, Mark has a whip attack and it is awesome. So great against crowds and all. You just pull them together and hurt them. A lot of the times you just kind of wipe them. And it's great. But every now and then when playing as Mark, I'll just sort of start flailing. So that's a bit awkward, but I don't know. Mark's kind of fun to play as. I enjoyed him the first time that I played. It's just a little bit rough at times because of the short range. Yeah, for the most part, this is it. You just run through, bash some guys, and then you meet these guys. Hey, how you doing? We're here to save you.
Hand in hand, the Bergsons became an unstoppable force.
Then Dad goes home, and we get loot. Really nice loot. And then we find Grandmama.
A poor soul in need of medicinal herbs nearby. Grandma Margaret, bid one be fetched.
Yeah, this one's another simple one, similar to Ben earlier. You go elsewhere in the dungeon, you find the thing, you bash some guys, then you're on your way. Fortunately, as Mark, a very well-equipped Mark, I was able to make pretty quick work of everything, and had fun doing so. Then we get our item and we're on our way. Oh, Grandmama, we're back.
Their breathing calm. Nightmare passing.
That is some fast-acting herb. And here we are at the boss again. I think this one takes a little bit longer than with Kevin, but not by much. But once the fight gets going, check out my loadout. Again, these runs were my best runs ever. Look at all those items that I had. I was so pumped up by everything. He could barely do anything to me before dying. Kevin was able to deal a lot more damage a lot faster because that's just how he works, but I basically ground him to dust. And that was awesome. It felt so good being able to just come back and just mash them into the ground because I had so much stuff. This was a really great run. Away! So yeah, a little bit of a shorter video today, but again, I just had some really excellent runs and wanted to show off some of the highlights of those, because holy crap, those fights against the boss made him look like a chump. But anywho, this has been a Children of Morta filler video. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you did, then give the like button a tap. And if you want to see more like this or more from me, then give the subscribe button a big thumbs up. I will see you all next time, and remember to stay groovy.